covered by all the ornaments. Alright, so I need to go.
This thing lights up pretty well, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Learn about crypto.
Over here.
Over here?
Yep.
Hi.
Hello,
Mama.
Miss Carolyn. Hello, Mama. Miss Carolyn, thank you so much for that book. I meant to have it with me
Shaky's on.
tonight.
Hi.
Shaky, what's up, brother? I meant to have it tonight to show you.
The book?
Yeah.
It's on the table. I can go grab it.
Oh, well, why don't you go ahead and get the bag we got today, and I'll show them what I did. What I
Oh.
got. But thank you so much for that. We are very much looking forward to digging into that thing and putting it to use. We're already planning, and this is new. We don't really plan, we just do, and usually late. Hello, Miss Nichols. How you doing today? We're already planning our spring garden, and we know where it's going to be. We know what we plan to plant. We know all that stuff. But one thing we're going to do, and I've mentioned this before with the hugelkultur, it's probably too dark. All these little, not trees, I don't know what they are. They're meant to go around trees. We got it there. We got it over there. We're going to be yanking those out in the next couple weeks. And, well, thank you, Charlie.
Hi, Charlie.
Good luck to y'all. We're going to be yanking all those out. One, our rabbits are going over on this side of the trampoline. And then
And chickens.
chickens. And we have something special for Owen over there. And so we need all that stuff gone. And really, it's taken up a pretty good chunk of our yard.
It is.
So I'm going to yank all those out. We have some bushes I'm going to cut out. And we're going to throw them in the bottom of our garden bed. And hopefully that will enrich the soil once we get it. I don't know. That's the goal anyway, is to kind of do a hugelkultur kind of thing. But yes, we got our book in. Thank you very much. It is Seed to Seed, Seed Saving and Growing Techniques for Vegetable Gardeners by Suzanne Ashworth. So one thing we've always struggled with is harvesting seeds.
Yeah.
And this gives step by step for so many. So we're very excited to use this, and we thank you for it. I plan on doing a YouTube short, and then I'm like, no, I'll wait for the live. Then we didn't have the live, and
Last weekend was a busy weekend.
yeah. What did we do last weekend?
Trick-or-treating.
That's what it was. Trick-or-treating. Feels like forever that Halloween was.
That was last week, and it feels like it was
I
a
know,
long
right?
week. We were so busy every day.
All right, I'm missing some of these. You're welcome. That book is awesome. We're doing pretty good. I hope you're doing well, brother. Takes time to get new Homestead working right. Totally. Miss Nanda, how are you?
Make sure
Halloween.
there's a little bit of bang.
Yeah.
Halloween was awesome. We had some friends invite us to hop on their trailer and go around with them, and so that was really cool. We've never trick-or-treated in the town we moved to before, so it was nice having some veterans to help us.
Also learned that Owen has no self-preservation skills on
no.
Halloween.
So
Well, he did at the Purge house.
Yeah.
But the guy with the balloons.
yeah, two stories from trick-or-treating.
That was it.
No.
They get off the trailer and they go to hit this row of houses, and there's a guy dressed up as a clown, not like Pennywise, like John Wayne Gacy, that type of makeup, holding balloons, and Owen just starts walking over to him, and Hannah goes, "Oh, and what are you doing?" He goes, "I'm getting a balloon." She goes, "Not from that clown, you're not."
You don't need a balloon. I'll buy you one at Walmart.
And then there was another house where, like, they went out, and I knew they had some actors up there. I never got off the trailer, which was wonderful, but I knew they had some actors. But I figured, hey, a bunch of little kids between the age of like 3 and 14, but really like 7, 8. They're not gonna go after him, and they didn't until one of our boys goes, "I'm not scared of you." Well, then it was all on, and Owen. Hello, Mr. Perez. Owen walked right up there, had no issue getting the candy. And then on the way back, when the guy took off, I'm going to have to go find some off. This is craziness. I don't know. In the craziness of that guy taking off, Owen got scared. And so when I turned around to check on him, other adults were there too. It's not like I sent my kid up blind, so I don't want y'all thinking I'm a bad dad or anything, but I turn around to check on him, and I see him with his face in the bowl, and we may have to move this inside if she can't find the off. This is craziness. Should have started a fire earlier, but had his face buried in the bowl, and yeah, it was a fun, interesting night. Oh, yay, she found it. Hurry, run! I'm getting ate up, about to call it and go inside.
Hey! Stinker.
Ooh, stinks.
I don't like this stuff.
I know, but
The mosquitoes are bad. You should have just had a fire.
I know.
Ooh,
Sorry. They're eating through my shirt.
all right.
Okay. Hopefully they leave me alone. All right.
Where were you?
Oh, I don't remember. Inhaling
When
deep.
I left, Owen came back terrified
Yeah.
with his face in his bucket.
But overall, it was a really fun evening. Owen got to hold a baby squirrel, which he was very excited about. And we had to tell him, nobody, even though they're giving away the cage and everything, we can't take this baby squirrel home. But you need some beautyberry trees. I would love some beautyberry trees. I've been looking everywhere. Can't find them for as prevalent as they're supposed to be in Florida. I haven't been able to find them.
The only place I've seen them was one time out at Highlands Hammock.
Really?
You're not supposed to pick anything from
They wouldn't have known. Could have got some clippings.
it. All right.
Hey, Raven Cat.
So you got a few people with some things.
Let's see. Hair and beard look great. Thank you very much. I have one more, I think, and I'll be totally white. I don't know if you can tell. Right here's already white. So I think with the next bleaching, the rest of the yellow is gonna go. And yeah, so I'm hoping I'm totally white after, because I start having gigs early in December this year.
December 6th is the first one.
It's Thursday. It's day to day, but Thursday will be the worst.
I'm so sorry.
That's the service.
I'm so
I couldn't
sorry.
imagine. Y'all be praying for my buddy Shaky. He lost his 5-year-old granddaughter. And as far as I'm certain, and you don't have to comment if you don't want to about it, Shaky. They don't know why. Just passed away in her sleep. Which happened here not too long ago. How old was she?
She was
8-year-old. Just passed away in her sleep. I don't know what's going on, but I'm definitely praying for you, brother. You are always in the forefront of my prayers and mind. But yeah, last Halloween, great. I'm always glad to get past Halloween for obvious reasons. But I'm looking forward to this upcoming season. Right now, I only have one gig over and above what I had last year. I'm hoping for more, obviously.
But that's still...
Yeah, And each year, if I get a couple more. Oh no!
Oh no!
Goodness gracious! He's a little.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
I'm speechless, brother. Other than we love you and we're praying for you. That's all I can offer. But yeah, if I can get 1 to 10 gigs a year extra, to where we can stay fairly busy, that would be awesome. I don't think your phone's catching up to the chat.
My Wi-Fi's turned off. Where's my Wi-Fi
I don't know. This is still going. I'll turn it back on.
Hi.
You turn it down? That's loud.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, y'all. We're getting this situated. Here we go. All right. Hello, Tennessee Bushcrafter. How you doing, brother? I thank you, everyone, for the prayers. I don't want to bring your life down. Let's talk about Christmas to be happy. Hey, man, when one of us are hurting, we're all hurting, so you're not bringing it down at all. But,
We haven't decorated. We were supposed to do that
I
Monday.
know we were
busy every day after school.
The plan was to start decorating Monday, and I came home and I'm like, we gotta tear down Halloween, which we didn't have a whole lot of for Halloween.
But you had like a random meeting pop up.
I did
for
have
Monday, which kept us at school till
have a meeting come out of nowhere.
4:30.
But after tearing down Halloween, I needed to do some yard work in order to be ready to set up for Christmas. So we
want to start decorating inside, but start
Yeah.
getting outside, but not turn it on yet.
if I get it all set up, I'm turning it on. But I need to cut some stuff out from the tree out front.
Yeah.
If you decorate for Christmas and you have trees in your front yard, you need to head over to Christmas on Crestline, because he has a way of lighting a tree without using nearly as much. And so in order for me to do that, I got to cut some of the small little trees that started growing and nobody ever took away out from around the tree. So if I can do that, we'll be able to start setting up for Christmas outside, and I'm very excited to do this. I'm gonna have start hanging this weekend. Awesome, setting up tree, taking a break, watching it. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, we got a couple Christmas things out, but it was so.
Yeah, I bought a mailbox at a yard sale last year, some point after Christmas, and I pulled it out, hoping it was going to be a little bigger and redder. This is almost like a brick red.
I think it's been used a few seasons.
Yeah, but what I'm going to do, eventually I'll build my own, but it does have a mail slot, so I'm going to put a basket underneath, and I'm going to put it out to my friends that live in the area. Hey, come through, have your kids drop their letters off to Santa here. I know Santa. I can get it to him, and he can...
Just make sure there's a return address on it.
And he can get it back to your children. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be fun. If we build a mailbox like I want, we could have a lower slot for letters to Santa.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea. But blow molds are back in style, which I'm very excited about. I haven't got one yet. I have to pace myself, because I could spend a ridiculous amount of money on Christmas decorations. So we only get a couple things a year to add to it. We hit up a lot of yard sales. I have a couple blow molds, which I love, and then I'm gonna buy at least one, maybe two this year. But I want to find the right ones. If I only get a limited amount, I want to make sure it's right.
Great. Jackie's been watching Hallmark movies, but last night I watched the Grinch cartoon and A Year Without Santa.
I can't remember if I've seen A Year Without Santa.
I feel like it sounds familiar, but
It sounds familiar, yeah.
And then my Christmas stuff usually goes up around Thanksgiving. Some of our Christmas stuff interferes with my grow shelf.
Oh.
And then blow molds just take up so much space. For storage, I agree. They sit along our fence staring at the road all year long. Since we moved in, that thing has been sitting there. There's a snowman and an elf staring at the road.
Yeah, they do take up a lot of space. I'm okay with that. I have a buddy who he has a whole like big trailer full of his blow mold collection. But he like repairs them and everything like that.
If you know what you're doing, you can repair them and make them look really good.
We had a nutcracker that we had to throw away during the move. It was beyond repair. The Florida sun is just so brutal.
We had a bedroom full when I was a kid.
Yeah, hey, that's a good problem to have, if you ask me.
Shaky says I love all the old Christmas specials.
Yeah, we do too.
We watch a lot of Christmas.
Yeah.
We watched it a lot during the summer and everything too.
Yeah, we never really stop around here. Your brother has so much Christmas stuff. Yeah, he does. Yeah, my brother Casey, he was the main Christmas person in our family growing up. Like, he was 10, 12 years old and he had over 5,000 lights. Or was it more? Was it 5,000 or 50,000?
I remember him decorating.
I mean, he went to the nines with it, as much as a preteen can do, and I've kind of taken it over. He definitely decorates, and
he doesn't get this.
No, he doesn't. He's not as committed as I am.
He got the new.
He got it in the newspaper once, yeah. So hopefully I can get up to his level of decoration.
I do a lot of woodworking, so I make a lot of decorations from wood and rough sticks from wood.
Yeah, my parents used to have a lawn ornament business, and for years I've said I want to get that thing started back up. I think more I want to do it for me and put it out in the yard, and being married to an artist really helps.
I like how you use me.
Yep. Hey, just be glad that you can't sew.
Yeah.
Because I would have an entire wardrobe.
You're kind of the basics of sewing, but if you made me make you a vest, you might not be able to wear it.
Speaking of vests, well, I'll tell you about the play here in a minute. I was put in touch when I first started teaching. There was a lady that I taught with that was very involved in the local theater, and so I reached out to her because I could not find anyone who would make this vest for me. A vest, and I want a puffy sleeve shirt, and down the road I want to get a full custom suit, but those things are expensive, and that I'm gonna have to, I think, order out of town. But I couldn't find anybody, and so I reached out to her, and I'm like, hey, do you know anybody in the theatrics industry that could do this? And so she put me in touch with somebody, and so she's making me a vest, because let's face it, it is too hot in Florida to always be wearing a coat.
Jacket,
On top of, I've gained a little bit of weight.
I mean, if you're outside in a night like this, your jacket might not be so bad.
Yeah.
But some of your gigs are inside, and it's quite warm.
And even the one that is outside.
That one where you sit on the porch.
Yeah. But the parade, it'll be nice to have the thing. So I went and I picked up this. This is going to be my vest. And then, the inside fabric, but that's going to be my vest. And it matches up to the cherries, the dark red cherries, match up to my suit. I have, are you okay?
Why are you doing that? Don't make throw up noises. It's gross.
It matches up to, I have a Coca-Cola where it's like a dark burgundy suit, the old style Coca-Cola suits. And so that's what my pant color will be. with that as a vest and then a poofy white shirt. I'm so excited for this, y'all. Being able to have options for clients is really big. I had a friend's mom who apparently is a seamstress extraordinaire reach out and say, hey, I will teach you how to put together patterns to make your own stuff, but she's also going to have to teach us how to use the machine. We have a very old Singer, which we don't even know if it works because we couldn't figure it out, so we don't know if it works or not. She's going to have to look at that and determine if we have to junk that or at least use it as just the table and go buy a new one or what.
It's one that doesn't have a pedal. You use your knee to push up.
Yeah.
To do it.
So, but yeah, she wants to have her, a lady in the neighborhood, and her daughter-in-law have us all have a day where she sits us down and teaches us how to do this stuff, which I would love. I mean, that could become very easily something I hyper-focus on and spend way too much money because did you know fabric is stupid expensive? I dropped $80 today. $80. Now, I'm fat. I take a lot of fabric. I understand this. And hopefully, I won't need all the fabric. I mean, I've already bought it, but I will know for next time if I go to make my own vest, hey, you don't need 5 yards. You only need 3.5. So, let's see. We both sew. She sure crochets. Crochets. Words are hard. I leatherwork. I have a leather crafting set. I've wanted to get into it. The problem with the ADHD is I'll do all the research and I'll get all the things and then I'm done with it. It's more the pursuit in doing something than it is actually doing it. So I need to get into it. Are you commissionable for your leather work? So if I'm a if I need a belt, is that something that I could commission you for? My wife has a sewing shop. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Jackie does it. I may be in touch. I had a much bigger one. I sold a lot of it when I was out of town. Oh, dang, that sucks. I wish I knew you several years ago before my parents moved from South Florida. My dad put a whole screen on the roof, several reindeer. Oh, very cool. Yeah, that would be awesome. I have plans, but again, I have to pace myself. Otherwise, the first thing I need to do, honestly, is get some more outlets. I have one outlet on the front. Now we have a lot of the we have stakes that you put in the ground, and there's 9 plugs. Is there 9 or is there 12?
Oh.
I think 9 plugs, and it has a dusk to dawn and timer switch on it that you plug in, and then you stick that out in parts of the yard, almost kind of like a junction box or a hub. So we have that, so we can run quite a bit off 2 outlets without overloading the circuit. And so, because everything's LED, that's all I have now. I got rid of all my old school lights. It's all LED, super low draw, and really, really bright. Plus, LED lights aren't going to blind the neighbors and carry into their living rooms or what have you. So that's really nice too. They don't travel far. So I really need to step it out. I need to get more outlets, and then I can start really worrying about setting up the scenes I want to set up. Life happens, we move on. Hope karma catches up with them. I think there's a few people I could say that to.
Yeah.
I have an old treadle Singer. Only thing I put out for Christmas is Mary, Joseph, and Baby Jesus and blow molds.
We haven't seen any new ones of those yet. It's all been Santa, snowman, nutcrackers, and candy canes. I wouldn't mind that if we could find it.
I want to hook up with a photographer so bad. I was thinking about this today on the way home. I want to hook up with a photographer so bad and get a picture of Santa kneeling at the manger scene, um, over the baby Jesus. I want that so bad. Not even for promotional. I want that for my own personal use. Turn it into painting mode, and you can put it as a mural on the wall. Like that. That would just be awesome to me. I want that so much. We buy fabric when it's on sale. This was 40%
The
off.
one was 40% off. The other,
But the other one was $4 a yard. Yeah, 40% off. That's insane to me. So, if one, if I get the pattern back from the lady that I'm commissioning for this vest, I may start looking more in depth, like more pointedly, for that. Extra light, yeah, I probably should, but I only have a 100 amp service, and luckily the new AC system is like half the output, even though it's a bigger unit. It's half the output of the old one, so I've freed up a lot just with the new AC system. Belts are simple until you get into carving it out. Yeah, I've seen some pretty intricate ones. Excuse me. I would just be looking for a basic 3-inch belt, and if there's any carving, just a simple line around it. Nothing like almost as a border. Maybe some holly stamped in. I know, I'm joking, but you would not believe how difficult it is to find leather crafters in this area. I found one who told me he would do it. Some things happened. We weren't able to put in a final order and everything like that. He said he had the stuff for it, and then when I tried to get back in touch with him once everything had calmed down, and it was both our ends. It wasn't just like I ghosted him. I haven't been able to find him. My problem is not so much the width, the 3-inch wide. I have a very blessed cookie zone. And so when I sit down, it needs to be able to accommodate when I sit down, because even though I'm big, what, you like that? Even though I'm big, a lot of my weight carries low. And so when I sit down, then I really get wide. Yeah. 30 plus year electrician, just keep everything under 15 to 20 amp depending on the receptacles you're using. Spikes may not be rated for that, with the cord being 14-16 gauge. Okay. Yeah, I should be. With what I have, at least this year, with what I have, I should be totally fine. We have, we're going to light up our big oak tree in the front. We're going to do across the whole house and carport. So last year after Christmas, or before Christmas,
I don't know.
at some point in the past 18 months, I really wanted a giant wreath for the side of the house. And so at yard sales, I picked up 2 artificial trees, non-lit, so I didn't have to worry about any of that. 2 artificial trees, like dirt cheap. And the idea was I was going to cannibalize those trees and put them around this big hoop ring, if I could find it, and make one. And but then we moved. There's not really any place for a giant one here on the house, so we're gonna put those trees out in the front yard, totally done up, just like it would be a normal Christmas tree inside, but they're gonna be outside. So we'll have those, but again, all LEDs, so pretty good with that. What? Lisa, the Grammy scattered all the way. I don't know why Nightbot did that. I'm new with Nightbot. Please forgive me. I don't know how to. Cookie Zone.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I don't know why they.
So okay, I got you. Yeah, I'm still tweaking things. I didn't know I needed to tweak that. I will fix that tonight. My computer's inside.
Sorry, 3 emoji limit.
Yeah, she did more than 3 emojis.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say last week we had such a hard time, but not last week, the week before.
Yeah, and luckily that guy. So if you were here at our last live, and the reason why I got Nightbot, that guy apparently spammed the wrong live because there was an FBI detective in that live, and so who was friends with the creator, and so
He went after him.
yeah, that guy, he got in some pretty big trouble. There's still some scammers out there, or spammers out there. One hit Mulberry Branch, but overall, Nightbot has been pretty good to us. My Christmas passion is the village and train set. Okay.
I'm gonna go. He's in the house. I'm gonna go lock the door.
Oh, good call. Village train set because I'm very artistic. Yeah. My initial Christmas obsessions came in villages. But we were living in a mobile home. We didn't have much of a space, and so I kind of scaled back a lot of our Christmas village sets. And now that we are in our own spot, we definitely have the space with that. It sounds like really douchey, but our second living room. Eventually, we're going to turn that into a bedroom, but that's down the road. We have plenty of space for that, so I may start bulking that area of our decoration back up. Hannah has fallen in love with nutcrackers, so I see that collection starting to grow. But at the same time, we're also in this mindset. Oh, that kind of village. I get you. Those are really cool. There's a local mini train group here in town that they're always putting on shows, and they get crazy elaborate.
Yeah.
Well, the one that goes from here and
the one that's in the
Lakeshore.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've taken Owen to that a couple times. He loves it.
Yeah. First village was 2 sheets of plywood on sawhorses. Yeah, you could get well, I mean, as detailed as you want with those things, really. Lane home. What's that, Miss Carolyn? What type of train do you use? H-line or? I don't know what I'm talking about. I was going purely off what I learned on Big Bang Theory. Because, yeah, anyway. Why? Oh, that was earlier. Okay, I was gonna say, why was
she do it again?
Out?
No, they delete it and then.
Gotcha. I was gonna say I'm about to go shut Nightbot off. I grew up outside Baltimore, so we had some major train depots with huge train set. Very cool.
Owen loves trains. He's got a lot of things he loves, but there's a few things that stick.
Yeah.
Trains, dinosaurs, volcanoes.
Trains, dinosaurs, and volcanoes. Volcanoes and dinosaurs I could see where they would overlap, but
yeah.
Trains not so much.
He's loved them though.
He has. We took him to the website is for okay. Thank you. Yeah, we're if I hit the lottery, I know that's a stupid way to ever start a sentence. Well, yes, you gotta play. But or I just become really blessed with the amount of gigs that I'm getting, like paying gigs. My problem is I'm a sucker and I have a heart for people. And so somebody tells me about this event and I'm like, that would be awesome. I'm going to donate my time to help. I do that too much. But I would like to have a trailer where I could pull up to one of my gigs and have everything for them. Have my chair, and really The chair that I want is more so a bench than a throne. I want a throne in my class, and every time I sit in it, that's when I lecture, and so I get to lecture from this throne, and I that would just tickle me. But I want to have more of a bench than a throne. I want to have a backdrop. I want to have my own coat rack so I can hang like all kinds of stuff.
Bob, all he said was Mr. Laughlin. And
No.
the other one was Mr. Laughlin again, and they timed him for 600 seconds.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's a little protective. Do you know who Bob is?
No, but Nightbot timed him out for 600 seconds.
Yeah, and it wasn't anything bad.
I don't know who you are, Bob. I'm sorry.
I don't.
Looks like I need to tweak the things.
All he said was Mr. Laughlin.
Yeah.
Twice.
I need to tweak the settings. My great uncle used to play Santa in his local town. Real white hair and beard and ample cookie zone. I'm so jealous.
We're trying to get.
My dad has a white beard, still gray hair. Like he's still got a lot of his hair color, but his beard is almost pure white. And I'm saying, dude, you are wasting this gift that God has given you.
We're trying to get you into local stuff here, but it's really hard to break into a small town.
Tough. Yeah, it's small town.
Because they're using the same people they've always used, whether they're good or not.
Yeah, like fake beard and Walmart special suit, and I walk in with a very expensive suit. Luckily, I did not get that on my own, so please don't take that as me bragging. That was a buddy's friend who was a Santa passed away, and his friend's fiance. I paid for it, but it was at such a discounted rate that like she gave it to me. So yeah, I'm real bearded. I will be white. I know it looks yellow right now, but it will be white. And I interact with the kids instead of just grunting.
Yeah.
Or just above grunting. It bums me out.
Well, not the last one, because last year we went to that big thing with Lauren and Jesse. That Santa,
he was good.
and because the social distancing they made, it was like weird. But that guy was really good. He stood on stage, he danced around, he would talk to them and everything. The guy we took him to in the next town over, like just sat there and blank stared and went like this.
Yeah.
Mulberry branch.
Yep.
Yes, hello.
Your phone is so slow.
It's behind. It keeps getting behind.
That's
so
because
you're
no longer on
We're not on
Wi-Fi. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Anyway, I'll look at the... My dad worked for Amtrak. That was probably part of it. Oh, yeah, I could imagine. Let's see. What's up, Dylan? Hey, buddy. Hey, Mulberry Branch. It's a really cool idea for the trailer. Thank you. I hope to get there one day. So would this be Ashley or Marky? Because I saw something earlier today that blew my mind, and I immediately wanted one. So, as most of you know, I'm a history buff. I teach, well, now I teach government, which I guess is kind of history, but
It's back on.
okay.
Should be.
Teach us history again. I'm about to, buddy. So Lewis and Clark, and I didn't know this until Ashley, but Mark is here too, under his own profile. Oh, okay. So I didn't know this until today, because TikTok's wonderful and they sends me down like rabbit holes. So Lewis and Clark, which we all know that history, so I'm not going to bore you with that. Apparently, they carried what amounted to a 50 caliber BB gun. And the name is escaping me right now. Some Italian thing starts with a G. And this thing had it was a 46 caliber, could shoot 22 times in a minute, which was insane for the time period. This was before Gatling guns, all that stuff. So there was no true repeaters, and this wasn't really a excuse me. This wasn't a true repeater either, but it had essentially a spring-loaded magazine tube where the buttstock held 800 pounds of compressed air, and you pumped it up with essentially a bicycle pump. And now I want this thing so bad now. It is as loud as a BB gun, but was accurate for, I think they said 60 some odd shots, accurate at 100 yards before, and it was rifled bore, before it started to lose velocity. Like that's insane to me. I want to take that thing hunting. But yeah, I got all excited. I have got to tell Marky about this, if he knows it or not. What's that? What? Dylan, you want to find yourself booted. That sounds cool. I didn't realize they used that. Yeah, it was crazy. If I find the thing, I'll send it to you. But apparently there's a couple of mock-ups, not mock-ups, recreations. And it was a really cool piece of history, really cool firearm that I want really bad now. And the fact that it was an air rifle, I don't know if there are regulations for air rifles in hunting or not in public land around here. I'd have to look that up. But because it's not black powder, you had no reason for it to mess up the barrel. So they could just fire this thing over and over and over and over again and not have to worry about cleaning it. The only downside to it is it uses a ball as opposed to, the bullet. But it was rifled, so it's still going to be, it's still going to be more accurate than just the screwball old style, But yeah, that was really cool. And Mulberry Branch just reminded me some more. That is about like the newer PCP air rifles. They go up to 1200 psi. Use a scuba tank or high pressure compressor to fill them. Oh, very cool. I have a 25 cal and a 45 cal pellet rifles. Yeah, that is just for a survival scenario. Not to get too conspiratorial prepper mindset here tonight. But, if you get to the point where you can't find ammunition, there's plenty of spots to find lead. And it's not hard to make your own forge. So you could very easily, as long as you were able... Someone's having a fire.
Someone is.
As long as you were able to fill that thing, you could have an insane amount of ammunition stockpiled without ever really having to worry about finding it and then cleaning it. I mean, it's very cool. I love that mindset. Yeah, I know you do. Anyway, so
up on arrows.
yeah.
Shaky.
I just gave away my compound bow.
You have another one.
I have the
or whatever that one is.
I have a crossbow.
I was gonna say you have one.
Which shoots great. I don't know how that scope works.
Sounds like a rifle an adult Ralphie would want.
Exactly.
He can hunt with them, but still need to use regulation calibers.
Oh, okay.
Southern Sandy says,
Hello, Miss Southern Sandy. How you doing? Have you started receiving all your goodies yet? We've still got to send you ours. And Miss Nanda's in here. We got to send her ours too. But we're kind of waiting for that book to come out, and then we'll send it all together.
Is that what they want? Is that book? Your book?
Yeah. You too. Yeah.
I want to see it.
Oh,
I've never seen it
I'm
before.
buying everybody a copy of that thing.
I've never seen my work actually printed before.
Anyway, so Mulberry Branch coming in reminded me of both the gun and our upcoming pet purchase. So we went to 4-H this last Tuesday, and they were talking about rabbits and showing rabbits and how to show rabbits and all this stuff. And that's what Owen is going to be showing as his first animals in
2023.
4-H.
Not this coming year, the following year.
Pet, yeah. It's a show pet. So we have been, ever since Tuesday, we did a deep dive into what kind of rabbits we want, all this stuff. I'm making friend mail videos of all my grand prizes, received 14 gifts, so very
Awesome.
cool. So we've done a deep dive into what breeds we want, because we want meat rabbits, and we also want, or I do.
No, I don't mind it.
I want rabbits with a fur that when I make my own Santa suit, I can use that fur. I want it to be a little grayish, very much like Kurt Russell's in Christmas Chronicles, except I'm not doing a leather coat. But I want that kind of color fur. And so 4-H is it is.
Yeah, this is our second meeting. So
Second
we just
meeting.
started it. Owen loves it.
And so I found one that I really liked, but I was on Mulberry Branches Live, and I mentioned to them, and Ashley said, remember that Owen is a small guy, and he's just learning, and she reminded me of how the lady at the 4-H thing had to manipulate the rabbit, move it around, and they really need to be able to do that. So if I go and I get this, giant rabbit, he's not going to be able to pick that thing up and move it around and everything like that. So what we decided, because we were going to get him a cat for inside, and excuse me, what we decided is we're going to get 2 small rabbits. So we're going to get the Netherland dwarfs, 2 small rabbits, and keep them as pets. And then he will also show those, and we'll keep those inside, and then closer to fair we'll start bringing them out and get them acclimatized to the outside, just for show season. Then they'll go back into being pets. Outside we're gonna have meat rabbits, so we'll have our rabbits to do that. Mini Rex.
I have
Is that what you have?
No, Tennessee Bushcrafter said I have a gray Rex. I'll give you right now. She's a problem child.
We don't need no problem children.
No.
Our last dog ruined us of any problem animal. But yeah, these are nice, because I don't know if it's all 4-H's, but our 4-H, those rabbits are not allowed to be over 2.3 pounds at weigh-in. So this is going to be a very small rabbit. He'll be able to carry it around, get it used to being handled.
We'll have 2 of them for him,
Yeah, we'll
because
have
they
2 of
said they like to be, and they like to have others around them.
I had thought about getting a buck and a doe and then raising it and selling it, selling the offsprings, but I know that you can't have the doe and the buck together, especially when it's breeding time, because the doe could kill the buck. So we're just gonna get 2 does, and they can be friends, and it'll be like the set of Golden Girls. And so he'll have the 2 rabbits that he's able to manipulate, he's able to love on, and we can put in the cage when we're gone and let them out to play when we're home, and it's not going to worry about the cat shredding our new couch, or a bigger rabbit getting out of the cage somehow and then chewing all the cords, which we worried about for a while, because I had offered to get a rabbit a while ago and litter train it, which is the coolest thing in the world to me. Yeah. Does can be rough on other does.
Okay.
What do you recommend? Should we go with a buck and a doe, or do we just need 2 does?
Or, yeah.
What could be the best situation? We planned on getting a bigger cage. Is one big cage good, or should we just have 2 separate smaller cages
And then they get let out to play together and Because he has to. Because I was like, one rule with 4-H is you have to handle your animals daily,
Yeah.
and so that's what he's gonna be doing.
Yeah, and I'm not worried about him learning all the stuff he has to learn. He's like me. If he's interested in that subject,
He'll pick it
then
up quick.
yeah, normal people don't know enough about Christmas history, tradition, and Santa like I do.
So I'd probably stick with 2 does, but one will be the matriarch. And then,
Yeah.
well, and then Marky says, well, if you want more rabbits, then get a buck and a doe.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna do that for the
breeding.
for the meat rabbits.
But these ones for Owen.
the Netherland dwarfs, or Netherland dwarfs.
Also,
Yes,
I tried looking it up and I couldn't find it. Like, what size cage would we need for 2 of those? Because I couldn't figure that out.
Yeah, everything we could find
Just for like 1.
and bigger size rabbits.
Yeah.
Except for it said lovers of this breed recommend a 4x8 cage. This rabbit's is big. I'm not getting it a 4x8 cage. So we were thinking a smaller cage.
2 cages are probably going to be better.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we could get 2 smaller cages that way.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it has a poo collection, because I'm using that thing in my garden. I'm not that's gold.
Yeah.
I'm not wasting it. Okay, so we can get 2 smaller cages.
Okay.
And then we have to find a breeder, because holy crap. I hope they're not all $300, but I found I wouldn't recommend any cage smaller than 24 by 30 to 36.
That was about the size I saw, and that's what I wasn't sure about, is that if that was just for 1, or if that, because they're so small, if that could be for 2,
But that's reasonable.
Yeah.
4 foot by 8 foot. You okay, Goober?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I don't remember where I was going.
4 foot by something is too big.
Yeah, before that. That was what they said.
No,
Oh, that's what
I
I
was
said.
trying to get you back on track.
No, it was before that. It's talking about Owen picks up things.
If you get a buck and a doe, Mama will end up with rabbits. LOL. Probably.
You would not hate that though. Papa would, Mama wouldn't. Go on Arba. They list all registered breeders in your area. I was on Arba. The only one I could find that had prices. She wanted $300. That's what it was. She wanted $300 for a single doe.
Is that the one that was like, you have to come, or they have to bring it to your home?
Yeah, they're like 4 hours away, and if we buy a rabbit from them, they are bringing it to us, which I get. Like, I get with dogs. You know, if I'm a breeder, I bring it to you because I want to make sure it's not going to end up as a bait dog or something. Like, I get that.
I mean, I get that
The
too,
rabbits?
but then you're also you're paying for it, so it's not like you're just taking this animal.
But yeah, $300 for a little bunny that size. So I'm hoping not all the others. Otherwise, we may have just severely underestimated what it would be to get into show animals. But yeah, I'm hoping they're not there. I need to contact some of these directly. I couldn't because I was looking on my lunch, and a lot of these breeders are Facebook links, and I can't get on Facebook on the school computer because it's blocked, and my cell phone works like crap, so I couldn't do that. At school it does. Everywhere else it's fine.
Oh yeah.
But I couldn't do that at school, so I need to do it while I'm here.
Shaky's leaving.
Take it easy, buddy. I appreciate you stopping in. We're going to continue praying for you.
Do a little line breeding, keep records, and register them in a couple generations.
I just learned about line breeding not too long ago. Register them. Okay. Ashley DeGolian. I'll have to see
She breeds rabbits.
what breed she.
We could always ask people at 4-H as well where they get their rabbits from.
That's true.
You gotta wait a month, but
Yeah, there was a they had us join a local rabbit breeders group here in town, and
it's Tracy.
There's somebody that was selling a lilac. I almost bought it on the spot. And then I saw how big they got. That little rabbit was freaking adorable. Lots of breeders give discounts to 4-H'ers. We do with our goats. Make sure you mention that's the breeder. Okay. What?
I want to show them something.
Hold on. We have to clear it. I don't think that's going to show up well. You can't show the phone on a
He
phone.
wanted to show you.
And then he said he wanted to show them.
Oh, it's...
Yeah, that's silly.
He's shaking his butt.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. That's steep.
Especially if you're looking at getting more than one.
Well, she probably wouldn't even sell to me anyway if I told her that we were going to show it, because
she said they're pets.
They're pets. If we're going to be outside at all, not allowed to buy it. Don't even ask about buying it if you haven't read our rules, because if you ask a question against the rules, then the deal is automatically off, because that shows you guys like that kind of thing. Which again, I get. You want to be sure that the animals that you spend all this time getting birthed and then spend 8 weeks babying until they're good to go to their home. I get that, but
you're talking to paying customers though. You don't own them. You don't own the customers. You don't get to tell
TJ
them how.
paid for dogs,
I mean, if I'm paying, leave me alone.
So yeah, I definitely will mention it's a 4-H rabbit. Yeah, because I know rabbits are community animals, and then they also recommended, because rabbits can be finicky, they recommended having more than one,
Just in case.
to where you could show more than one, or you could just pick one to show, or sadly sometimes you only have one to show. So they say get a couple.
And people kill me. I've seen on our local classifieds, people want to have people adopt chickens that are past laying age.
Yeah. And you'll get somebody who, like we were a couple years ago. Now, don't take that as in this happened to us. It didn't. The people we got our chickens from, incredible people. But I'm saying we were ignorant. We knew nothing, and luckily she was awesome, because I was asking her questions all the time, and she just wouldn't answer them. But yeah, you would get somebody like us who just decided we were going to get into chickens, and we answer a Facebook ad, and all of a sudden these chickens aren't laying. And actually, I guess that did happen to us. We took in some chickens because the lady, her story was they retired and were traveling, and the people that they had caring for the chickens when they were gone were not caring for the chickens. And then we found out they were just so old that they didn't lay. So, or it was very, very sporadic.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you do run into that. She just didn't have the heart to kill them.
And we didn't.
We didn't.
One died naturally.
They all died naturally.
Well, the others will pray.
One died of dying, and two of them died as food.
Yeah. Not ours. Not our food. No. One was a bobcat, and
one was a skunk.
Raccoon or a skunk, one of the two.
But yeah, that does happen. People just don't have the heart to do it. My idea with laying chickens, I'll be like, look, you provided me with plenty of eggs. We'll let you live your life out, and so we don't harvest and eat layers.
They were good girls.
Roosters will eat.
Yeah, because like we hatched. What did we hatch? 10.
Yeah.
And 4 of them were roosters.
Yeah. Which, from what I hear, is a pretty decent ratio.
So, well, Tennessee Post, after that one, adopting chickens that are past laying, says promise they won't kill them or such. Then he came back and said, I mean, around here it's all farming land to keep useless hens. We put them in the soup pot. 100 months or for feed isn't for non-productive critters on farm. True.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
And we don't really operate farm, really. I mean, we have chickens and we'll have rabbits. We may get into meat chickens eventually.
That was our original goal, was to get into meat birds, and then they we got layers. instead.
Yeah.
They were
Well,
given
that's why we
layers.
had our chicken tractor the way it was. It
Just to
wasn't
move
meant.
around.
Yeah, it wasn't meant for layers. It was meant for meat birds. But yeah, we see that a lot. Even here on when they can get through on Facebook, where they're giving away chickens, is you're not allowed to eat them. I'm like, I have no emotional attachment to these chickens. Therefore, if I get them, I may eat them. I mean, it is what it is.
We kept the 3 girls though. One of them was just the sweetest little thing.
Yeah.
The other one.
She was special.
And then the zebra one.
Zebra.
Well, we called her Zebra. She flew out of the coop all the time, no matter if you clipped her wings or not.
Yeah, we clip. She was an Egyptian Fayumi. We would clip her wings
And walk out, and she's on the roof.
Yeah, I mean, that was a wild kind of chicken. Cool looking bird, but
She said, Mulberry Branch said it's the seller's prerogative to vet their buyers, but ultimately, once they change hands, it's up to the buyer to do with them as they see fit.
yeah exactly. I mean, I know with you how much. Hey there, Miss Emma. With how much you love your goats, you wouldn't want them to be eaten, but the reality is they may. Now, people that are buying your quality of goats, they're not going to really go and do that, but you may. I mean, I know you're in an area where there's a lot of halal. They may. We're in an area where there's a lot of Hispanics, and they have no problem taking the chickens and eating them. Where some of these city people that are moving in here, they don't understand, and I'm like, guys, where do you think food comes from? So they freak out. Whatever.
We butcher 40 to 50 meat chickens a year, 1 to 2 pigs, and about 50 to 75 rabbits.
Oh wow.
That's amazing.
We are going to get into eating rabbits very slowly.
We've had it before. It doesn't taste bad. It's just a mental block.
Yeah, and so what we may do is when it comes time to harvest rabbits, we will harvest them, and we'll be blessing a lot of friends with them, and we'll keep one, and we'll eat that one. And then as time goes on, once we are used to it and have no problem, then those rabbits will stay ours, and I mean, that's what we do. That's off kilter. We're going to help everyone we can, and so if we know somebody that's needing some meat, we will we will give them meat. Pigs, I have a buddy that he just started his pig journey. Hispanics growing up here know where their food comes from. We also eat every part of an animal. Yeah. We do sell some as wethers, so there's always a chance they could eat them. Yeah. Hispanics around here will buy roosters $10 or more each. That's one thing that I did find when I was trying to get rid of our roosters is there was definite market for them. May utilize halal markets if we have another heavy buck year. Yeah. There's, what was that?
A Gatorade.
Oh.
I need help opening this. I was gonna do that thing where you flip the water bottle in the air and catch it.
Like that?
Yeah. Like this, but like this.
Yeah, it fell down.
But yeah, it's I lost where I was going.
The last one from Mulberry Ranch.
May utilize. Okay, he's something else.
Oh my gosh.
Always get chicks from McMurray Hatchery. This hatchery has a great reputation. Yeah, McMurray's very good. But I have a buddy, Miss Carolyn, that just got a hog from William Pippin. And I think he got 2. Did he get 2? I think he got 2.
I think he was going to get a certain ones, and then it changed.
I think he got 2 breeder sows, and he got some feeder pigs from William, and he was very impressed. Do they butcher the goats too? I think for them to sell halal, they have to be the ones to butcher halal, because it's very close to the kosher style of eating, and so I mean, not exact, but very, very similar, and so they kind of have to be killed the same way. They can't just be stunned in the head. I mean, how they have to be drained while alive in order to be done. I like batch killing critters though, so it's clearing out a cage or something. Yeah. The only way we have killed our animals was with the broomstick method. Now when we get rabbits, I'm gonna get a hopper popper, but
it's like a horrible name, horrible sounding name. Like, makes it sound like it's a good thing, and I'm just like, I get where meat comes from, but don't name something like that cutesy.
Oh, I thought that was a great name.
That's terrible.
The hopper popper. That's
that's
great
horrible.
Name.
That sounds like it's supposed to be something fun. This is not fun. No.
But what I would like to do, more for chickens than anything else, really. So I want to make a. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
I want to do the kill cone. I want to make a spring-loaded guillotine. I think that would be great. That will. So efficient.
Good thing you're getting food. Like, I get it. I do. It's just terribly fun name for something.
We usually just provide the goats. They take it from there. We had pan-fried rabbits, slow-cooked green beans, mashed taters, and pan gravy the other night. That sounds good.
We've tried it, and it tasted good. I don't know how to cook it, so it was a little tough. I don't know if that's normal, but it's just getting over the fact that I'm eating something that's not a cow, a chicken, or a pig. Owen loved it.
You can make a hopper popper from plywood. Yeah. I've seen somebody do it with a, not a 10-penny nail, the big nail. Like what you use to put the old gutters in with, like that real big nail. I saw somebody make it with that. And some wood, and then they just attached it to the tree. But you gotta admit, like, if you had a guillotine, spring-loaded guillotine, that you knew was gonna work every time, like, that's a pretty awesome way to do it.
I'd love to try rabbit, just don't know if I can butcher them and do chickens just fine.
So
we were given ours, like, it was already butchered and like frozen.
I haven't ever done it,
No.
but I have seen it done multiple times.
You've done quail and chickens.
Yeah, and it's very easy to clean a rabbit. So even easier, I would say, than cleaning chickens. It is something to get past. From what I have seen, it's very similar to cleaning a squirrel. It is cleaning a rabbit. So if you've done squirrel, you can do rabbit. It's very, very easy and a lot cleaner than I imagined.
Did you watch it at that one
that
market that we went to?
Mm-hmm. Was it the Christmas market?
I think so. They did it in the backyard.
Yeah, and they did a few rabbits that day.
What did he?
I don't know. I use a kill cone, but hate pulling the feathers after it's dipped. I got me a defeathering machine now. Yeah. I would love a defeathering machine one day. I have seen where you can make them.
Yeah.
I don't trust my engineering skills well enough to do that.
Ask my dad.
But Lala Farm is not far from you anyway, Miss Carolyn. I may have to put an order in with them once we get enough chickens. Until then, I'll just skin them. Man, with the Lewis and Clark air rifle, spring-loaded guillotine, I'd be ready for anything. I would. Now it's just all I'm mentally ready for it. I just couldn't actually do it, but they sell around for $40 clean, around 2.5 pound. Mine, I kill mine. A rabbit for 40 pounds? A single rabbit for 40 pounds?
$40.
Those pluckers are amazing. Help speed up.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, $40 at 2.5 pounds.
And kill says around 5.5 pounds. You know, I guess that's not too far off from what I've seen in like Publix and stuff.
They're expensive.
There are plenty of people that don't understand a lot, and so they will pay for a lot. If y'all see like Sasquatch behind me, please let me know. RD Plucker was well worth the money and good for removing arm hair. Oh, I guess. $40 for a clean rabbit that weighs in. Wow! I am in the wrong business. I'm going to get into that business. I wonder if there's anyone around here that would buy a rabbit. But, yeah.
You might be able to find some people, but then you'd be hard pressed because most of them probably already have their own rabbits.
Yeah, we are.
In this area, it's a big 4-H area, like lots of, everybody's got chickens.
Yeah, we were worried about getting chickens, but I was talking to the neighbor after we first moved in, and they go, no, people right behind us have roosters.
We hear
don't
them.
worry about
They
it.
don't bother me.
No.
It would only bother me if it was mine, because I don't want to disrupt people. And we had 2 chickens already. Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I can't wait to get into those. It'll be after Christmas before we really dive into it.
We should be getting rabbit cages
Next week. We'll have
or the week after.
We'll have our rabbit cages.
We'll have our outdoor.
Which, I mean, honestly, we could start with the meat rabbits and get those. We can get that going right away.
Stupid cat, where are your kittens? That's what you heard.
Oh, yeah.
Cat had 4 kittens in her yard. Owen desperately wants to keep them.
Legally have to be USDA certified. A loophole is rent a restaurant and kitchen to clean them. Ah, good to know. Mark freaking stuck his arm in the defeather while it was on and was shocked it hurt. Sounds like something I would do.
On purpose.
I'm sure there's. I'm gonna find a lot of those type of injuries. Our old pastor's wife, she would just shake her head. Because I would do all kinds of random stuff. Be like, I didn't realize I was gonna hurt. Like
Jump to see if your forehead could touch it.
I just wanted to see if I could touch the door with my head, and I split my forehead open because I headbutted the lintel. And she just shakes her head. Nothing surprises her anymore.
1 to 2 weeks.
You have cages to build 1 to 2 a week. The first few cages are, well, my mother-in-law, her mother, she's buying them, and they'll be arriving next week sometime.
She's ordering tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, and so that means I got to get all that. So, well, you can't see it in here. All the stuff that's with this giant tree, I got to get all that stuff yanked around because the rabbits are going under that tree.
Well, soccer ends this week, so.
Yeah. My friend sells her rabbits for $20, $40. She has all kinds. She eats a lot of them too. I had no idea. Like this could fund my Santa life. She don't care. She. I get the feeling like if you've seen the movie Blast from the Past, which one of our favorite movies.
I love the movie.
I get the feeling Hannah feels a lot like Eve at times.
You just go with it.
Because I'll say it and she'll just pat my legs, smile, and just let me say and believe whatever I want to believe.
You do you, boo-boo.
She knows there's going to be no talking me out of it.
So this is the
I do too.
life's gonna take.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's a great movie.
It's in my top 10. Close to the top 5. But it's hard to edge into that top 5. Anyway, I can feel you shivering.
I'm cold, and he goes to bed in 30 minutes.
It's Florida. It don't get cold.
I'm not wearing. If I was wearing shoes, it'd be fine, but my feet are freezing.
What temperature was it?
I don't know. You have my phone.
Ask the Siri.
I have Siri turned off.
Oh.
I don't like Siri. Siri doesn't work when she's turned off.
Do you have dark sky on here?
No.
What are you doing, lady?
I use it.
Weather. It's 63, and you're whining about it being cold.
I'm not whining. My toes are cold.
Last Wednesday, Ashley had to have a beanie on. She was so cold.
We also went trick or treating on a trailer that gave me a cough that I still can't get rid of.
Yeah. Oh, what do you have to tell them? Okay, just tell them. Just tell them.
Eat beans and get gassy.
Go inside. Get ready for bed.
Go take a bath.
It's 49 degrees here.
Go take a
Now,
bath.
that's good weather for a fire. Miss Carolyn's only a couple hours
I
north
wanted
of
a
us.
fire last night, but it was
49
too
degrees.
windy.
It was too windy, and I was too tired.
You'd already taken a shower.
It's easier that way, Hannah. Pat their leg and say, bless your heart.
Go with it.
Yeah. But anyway, so I think we're going to call it a night. I'm having fun. I hate getting off, but she is getting cold.
He's got
And
to go to bed soon.
Owen's got to go to bed soon. So thank you all for stopping in. It was a blast. We'll do more out here. As long as it stays cool, we'll do more lives out here. Maybe we'll have a fire going next time. I think we'll do a fire next time. Yeah. Dinner's ready. Got to head out. 50 here, 28 the other night. That's heaven. Anyway, you all be safe and have a wonderful week.
Night.
Bye.